I'm Dr. Grant from Brunswick Veterinary Hospital, and sometimes our clients might have some questions about lab work for their canine pets and when we would order that as veterinarians. Today, my assistant Adri is going to help me answer some of these questions by reading them off for me. Adri?
Dr. Grant, what can blood tests help a veterinarian to detect?
So blood tests can help us detect a number of different ailments that our patients can commonly get. We commonly do generalized blood tests, so your CBC and your chem, to evaluate for any evidence of inflammation, infection, or organ dysfunction.
What type of lab tests do veterinarians use?
There's many different type of lab tests that we use. There's general minimum database, which includes your CBC, your chemistry panel, and your urinalysis to check overall organ function and help direct us towards more specific problems, and more specific tests to evaluate for maybe some known problems or some new problems that need further workup that might not be covered for with your minimum database.
How does my veterinarian decide which lab tests to order for my dog?
That's a great question. So we decide based on what you tell us as owners is going on at home, what their current clinical signs are they showing any signs of illnesses or abnormal behaviors, and also what we find on physical exam. Did we find anything abnormal, any changes between the last exam and today that helps direct us towards the type of lab work that we would prefer to do for our patients.
How long does it take to get the results from my dog's lab tests?
So there's lots of different ways that we can run lab tests. We do have some in-house lab work that can be done, which usually we can get some results back within the first few hours. However, we also have several lab tests that we do send out to outside laboratories where they're actually reviewed by veterinary pathologists to look at a little bit more deeply than we would be able to do with in-house lab work. Those lab tests, depending on the individual test, can sometimes take a couple days to a couple weeks depending on what we're looking for.
Thank you for discussing recommended lab work for my dog.
Absolutely. Let me know if you have any questions.